But what about this with the 49ers as we head into Wild Card Weekend? I'll tell you what. You know I hate Super Bowl or bust. You know I hate it.
Super Bowl or try again, darn it.
Super Bowl or try again.
Dude, stop.
Super Bowl or try again.
You and I are at odds early.
Well, but here's what I will say. I'm starting to get a little bit, the word's not nervous. It's anxiety, sports anxiety. The 49ers are going to be relevant and they're going to be good for a long time because they've got a great coach who has a quarterback who fits with him perfectly. And I think that is a recipe for success for a long time. And don't be worried about Brock Purdy getting offered $50 million because if that happens, that means that this month went well and next year went well.
Right.
Okay?
And also, he won't make that for 2 more years.
Right.
Next year and the year after, he can't make $50 million.
He can sign it
Fine.
a little bit like
but he can't make it.
Right.
Jordan Poole.
He can sign it a year and a half from now. He can make it 2.5 years from now.
So you have 2 more years of a bargain basement, $900,000 a year quarterback who is a Pro Bowler at the very least.
After this season, 2 more seasons.
2 more years.
Of cheap Brock.
Yes.
Okay. That's awesome. However, as that starts to come into focus, so will the salaries and careers of other 49ers who you might think are important, like Trent Williams and Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle and Kyle Juszczyk. Obviously, Brandon Ayuk, I think he'll get taken care of this year. But is that sustainable if he's making 25 and Debo's making 24? How much longer are they going to do that? So it's not Super Bowl or bust because I think that's silly. I just don't think that's the way it works.
Well, there is no bust for this team.
Exactly.
There's no bust.
You could be like Super Bowl or I'm super disappointed. So there's another phrase. How about
Super
that?
Bowl or bummed
Super
is the
Bowl
one.
or bummed.
Super Bowl or bummed
Totally.
is what I came up with.
But I wonder if we all understand how much better their chances are this year and next year and seen. Okay? Their chances, the percentage play of the 49ers winning the Super Bowl is way higher. I think they'll be relevant, they'll be good, but watch the other teams that are relevant and good. Look at the Chiefs right now. Do you think they're going to go to the Super Bowl? They've got Mahomes. Nobody thinks they're going to go to the Super Bowl because whatever. This year, the mix is not right. And the Niners will have those years under Brock Purdy. I think that Purdy is going to end up being a 7 to 10 year quarterback for the 49ers. That's my guess right now. And you're going to be relevant. And maybe there's a playoff miss in there a couple of times. Maybe there's some near misses and maybe there's a couple of Super Bowl appearances or whatever. Relevance. Josh Allen is relevant. Still never been to a Super Bowl. They're good every year, though. I think that's what the Niners are about to head into. But you've already got the 1 seed in your back pocket. You've got this salary game that you could play for 2 more years. I don't know how much more Trent Williams you've got. Christian McCaffrey's deal is up in a couple of years. His 30th birthday is looming. So the Niners' percentage chance of getting that ring is so much higher over the next 13 months of our lives. And that is nerve-wracking.
Well, it's pressure.
Yep.
It's pressure in terms of your window because you talked about Kansas City, and they've been to 3 of the last 4, not including this year. So they won, they lost, they missed, and they won. And that was when they had their quarterback on a rookie deal, and then he got big money, and he won another one. So Kansas City's been to 3 of 4.
Yep.
So if that is what can happen for a good team with a good quarterback, and you've got a good team, and you've got a good quarterback, well, then here we go. You don't have to get to 3 of 4, but if you have a quarterback on a rookie deal for this year and 2 more, then you better get to at least 1, and you should probably win at least 1 with this roster. And like you mentioned, Trent Williams, he might have between 1 and 3 more years left, and you got George Kittle who's turning 30. You got Ayuk coming into his deal. McCaffrey's about to be 30. You got Debo for 3 more years. You got Fred Warner. You got Greenlaw. You got Mooney Ward. You have all these pieces for the next 2 to 3 years, depending on which guy you're talking about, now's the time. Win at least one. If you don't win one in the next 3 years, well, then Kyle Shanahan, we got questions for you.
Yeah.
Because they should win, Mark, in the next 3 years. They should win at least one.
But you have to always qualify that with why did they not win it? Like, yes, you're going to have questions for Kyle Shanahan unless it's something like what happened last year or whatever. Like, I came out of last year, I'm like,
sure.
I got no questions. I have no questions about you, Kyle.
Right.
Your quarterback's arm blew up. And, I mean.
It's unfortunate.
My lips to God's ears. I hope that does not happen this month because there's nothing different. I thought
it was a lot different because you got Sam Darnold instead of Josh Johnson.
I don't think it's good enough.
But it's different. It's a lot different.
It's different. I mean, it's different. My point is I don't think they're the best team in football anymore if that guy gets hurt. So that's different.
Sure.
I don't.
You can say that about any team.
I do think they're the best team in football as they are currently constructed, as they stand right now. And so, yeah, there are the list of things that can happen, from an injury to a bad bounce to a bad call to a heroic performance by another team. They're all good.
All
too.
That's unacceptable to me.
Really? If
you're a bad bounce away from winning a game, then you're not the best team. You should be bad bounce proof.
Really?
Yes.
You think you should? So you're suggesting that the 49ers should just steamroll through the playoffs?
No, but you shouldn't be a bad bounce away from losing the Super Bowl.
If you're favored by 6 and you're up by 6, you're a bad bounce away from the game going the other way.
Well, then you weren't the best team.
Well, okay, that's fine. I mean, I don't necessarily
Handle
share
your
that.
business.
Right, but the other teams feel that way too, and and they're all good also.
Right, and you might go up against a team that already beat you.
The Chiefs,
Cleveland, Baltimore, they've already beaten you.
Last 4 years, Chiefs' best team, right? Well, 2 of the 4 years they didn't win.
Right.
2 of the 4 years they did.
But 3 of the 4 they were there.
Yeah, absolutely.